Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Life, a gift from Allah, wrapped in purpose, carried with trust. Every breath we take, every second that slips by, every heartbeat, these are all reminders of the journey we are on, a journey that began with life and will surely end with death. Allah reminds us that our existence is not accidental, but rather it is purposeful. We were entrusted with life, a soul bearing divine responsibility. Allah says in the Quran, "Did you think we created you in vain and that you would not be returned to us?" In this Ramadan reflection series for 2025, our 11th year of researching, producing, and sharing the teachings of the Quran and the Ahlul Bayt, may the blessings of Allah be upon all of them, to a global audience, supported by well-wishers around the world, we embark on a profound journey, one that takes us through the phases of life, the inevitability of death, and some of the mysteries of the afterlife, and much more. Time is slipping away second by second. Allah promises this in the Quran when He says, "By time indeed mankind is in loss." Every moment counts. Every action builds our eternal future. In this series, one of the key topics we will cover through the various lenses is reflecting on living a life of taqwa, of God consciousness, and what it means to fulfill the divine trust we carry within us. And then there is death, the moment every soul shall taste, as God says in the Quran, that every soul is bound to taste death. But for the believer there is no fear, for when the angels descend they will say, "Do not fear or grieve, but rejoice in the glad tidings of paradise which you have been promised." At the time of departure, angels welcome the righteous, and the journey to the grave begins. The funeral rites, including the washing, the shrouding, and the burial, these are not mere rituals. They are acts of love, dignity, and a profound reminder of our return to the earth. As much as they are the ways in which we prepare our family, friends, community members, and loved ones for their return to Allah, they are the ultimate way in which we prepare ourselves for our own eventual journey. Allah says in the Quran, "Then He causes him to die and puts him in his grave." But what happens in the grave? The first night, the questioning from the angels, the state of Barzakh. This series explores many of these stages in as much depth as we are able to go into over these 30 days of Ramadan reflections. We will give many aspects of the journey, while at the same time we leave much of the details hidden. Now, the grave can be a garden of paradise or a pit of punishment. For the righteous, it brings comfort, peace, and blessings, as Allah says. And most certainly we will pay such as their reward in accordance with the best of what they used to do. But for those who neglected their purpose in life, the grave becomes a place of regret, of loss, and of punishment. Yet the story doesn't end there. Acts of charity, prayers from loved ones, and good deeds continue to benefit the deceased. As Allah says in the Quran, "Surely it is we who will bring the dead to life, and we record what they send ahead to the hereafter, and what they leave behind of good and evil. Everything we have written down and kept in a manifest record." In this series, we will also touch upon how our actions in life build eternal wealth and prepare us and our dearly departed loved ones for the next world. Barzakh, a waiting period until the day of resurrection, and when the trumpet is blown, the souls will rise. The Quran tells us, "And whoever is removed from the fire and admitted to paradise has attained success." This Ramadan, join us daily for Ramadan Reflections 2025, the soul's path home, divine wisdom on death and beyond, as we journey through the stages of life, prepare for death, and reflect on the eternal reality of the hereafter. reflect, prepare, transform the soul's path home, divine wisdom on death and beyond. Ramadan Reflections 2025. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.